Welcome to Headshots by Peggy Presents, and today I'm here with Kim Estes. And you've been here before.
I have. This is like Vuja Day. It's not deja vu because deja vu is thinking you've been somewhere before. But Vuja Day is knowing you've been somewhere before.
See, I learned a vocabulary word.
Yeah.
Now, last time you were here, you brought your friend. You didn't bring your friend today.
I didn't bring my girlfriend. I should have brought my girlfriend, but I didn't bring my girlfriend this time. But I'll bring her next time. I promise.
Okay.
So double Vuja Day.
There you go. There you go. So Kim is an Emmy Award-winning actor. You've been working pretty steadily for a while. You're pretty much got your career in your pocket and doing good, making tons of money, right?
It is one of those things where, yeah, it's like you want to make tons of money. If you want to make tons of money, you become a series regular. That's the tons of money thing. The rest of the stuff is, but even, being guest stars is a wonderful thing because, you need a couple of those per year and then you're good.
Yeah.
But, it's always nice to be needed, wanted. And auditioning is that place where people want you and need you. And then when they call you back again, they got to have you. So it's nice, need you, want you, got to have you, those three phases. And it's always nice to be able to do the work and to be able to put the work in and get the work out.
You're also really involved in the Television Academy.
I am, to a degree.
And congratulations is in order.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I am the latest co-governor of the Performers Peer Group, which is the second largest peer group at the Television Academy of Arts and Sciences. And
I was there at your little holiday, let's celebrate Kim party.
Wasn't that a wonderful celebration?
It was really, really nice. And the cake came this close to being dropped on the floor.
And
it didn't get dropped on the floor. And I went back and looked at the pictures and I was like, there's no physical reason that cake didn't fall. It was, and I was close enough that I felt like I was going to wear the cake.
You were going to catch it?
Yeah, no, I thought I was going to, catch it all right.
Yeah, she would have at the last minute threw it up in the air and it would have been one of those.
So it was really
the Viva paper towel moment?
Right, that bounty or whatever. It's like,
yeah, bounty, maybe it's a bounty moment. And everybody would have went, but it didn't happen.
It didn't. It wasn't nice, but
thanks to the laws of friction. The laws of friction.
I think it might have been some superpower came and
just
because
held it on.
I was like, I'm just going to take pictures of it because the cake is soon going to hit my camera and my face. So, but it didn't. So that was fun. Anyway. So what does a governor of the Television Academy peer group do?
Okay. So there are a couple of thousand members in the Performers peer group, and they have a group of 10 performers group executive committee members. So they pick out 10 of those people within the peer group, and they act as the eyes and ears for the people in the peer group. So basically the governors of the peer group are the eyes and ears to the board, the performers, because every peer group has a executive committee of those 10 people, 12 if you include some of the recent governors who were allowed to sit on the committee. But 10 people who are the eyes and ears and let you know from the bottom up what issues and what things people are concerned about or care about or want to know more about. And there's a whole different sets of levels of what people are interested in. So it's nice to have those, because there are 2 governors in each peer group. And then that's a lot of people, a couple of thousand people to get to. And the only time you get to see them are at the Academy events where if they were to show up. So those performers that are on the executive committee go and bring back little bits and pieces of information, and likewise, they also take down with them to the masses things that are coming through on the Television Academy from the governors, the people who actually run the Television Academy, the executive committee.
So what do you think people should know about what's going on in the Television Academy, and what do you think the viewers should, what can you tell us?
I think right now there's a gigantic push for, and not that there always hasn't been a gigantic push, but there is more of a focus on inclusion, diversity, and also ensuring that voices are heard from different groups within the Academy structure, anybody involved in the Academy. So, one of the big focal points this year for Bob Bergen and I, as being co-governors of the performance group, is actors with disabilities or actors that are differently abled. And I think it will be in our lap to pursue answers to questions that they have as far as their participation is concerned within the Academy. And then also, we just need to know what it is that they would like. There's a desire to belong to the Academy. There's a desire to be full members, voting members. What is it that we can do to help them achieve that goal? And then there's also ageism. I mean, there are actors who are older, and with the recent changes with the Academy structure and eligibility, we've had actors who have brilliant pieces and bodies of work. And then because of the recent rule changes, some of them may be associate members now and not full-blown active voting members like they have been in the past. So, there are questions that need to be answered from the executive level of the Academy, and we are the filtering agents and the people who pass through that information to the masses of the performance group. So those are just two items. But the third thing would probably be just ensuring that our members of the performance group have an idea of what goes on at the upper levels in the executive group. Very few people know how this all works.
Exactly.
So I think our job is to make sure that they're educated. We have enough sessions to say, listen, we're going to have 3 or 4 sessions throughout the year. We want everybody to understand and to know what this is about. It's complicated, trust me. And the governors don't. First year governors usually don't get it till somewhere about midstream of the first year. Fortunately, I've been in this performance group executive committee for a couple of years now, and so I sort of get some of it, but I know I don't know it all, and I'm going to learn. And I think there are people who will act as instruments for my higher learning, and then also hopefully people can learn from what I know, know what I know, and I'm able to pass that information on with clarity, with some type of understanding that this is the way the system works.
And I think for me to see you in this position is very comforting, because I know you as a person, and I know that when Merrick was starting out acting, you were one of the biggest helps, the people that would you were never too busy for, a question, or it was never, you never belittled him in his, in his growth. And he talks about those times a lot and how much that meant. And so to see you in a position like this just makes sense, because that's your nature, is to help and to give and to teach. And it's an honor. It's an honor to be your friend.
It's an honor to be able to teach and to understand what people are going through. We all started from someplace.
Yeah.
And to have to take a moment to help someone, and it may be the timing may be just a shade off, but if you can just give just an ounce back to somebody who's asking the question, and give them an answer, and you may not know the entire answer, but give them your experience, what you've been through, what could possibly be on the other side of that, of where you are now, and to never quit, continue down the road, There's a lot of things that'll happen down that road, and be prepared for that to happen. It could be anything. It can be just, have the rug pulled out from under you. And we were talking earlier today about being in commercials or being in television shows where you give what you think is one of the best performances of your life, and next thing you know, you're on the cutting room floor somewhere. And to be able to take that in and zen it, take a zen moment, and breathe and say onward. I'm moving on. I'm going on to the next audition. Let that one go. Or and be able to use that at some point in time. Be able to use that thing, that emotion you felt when that happened, and be able to use that in a future audition.
I think that's the thing that I'm always, when I'm doing headshots, I'm always like, feel it, think about it, find that space. And the more life you live, the more experiences you have. And that's the more you can bring on set, the more you can bring to your auditions.
True.
The more, honestly, your job as an actor is to audition.
That's
the
what
one
it
time
is.
you're guaranteed. That's it.
That's it.
And somebody's going to watch it. The one time you're guaranteed to do that role, and somebody's going to watch it.
They are. And nobody says how long they're going to watch it, but they're going to watch.
They're at least going to turn it on.
Oh yeah, it was great for the first 5 seconds, and then he just fell off the cliff. It was magical. It was just magical falling off the cliff. Magical.
But yeah, so that's really cool. So what else would you like to talk about besides the Television Academy?
Well, I think just life in general. The situation we're in. Can we talk a little bit about COVID?
We can. This is season 6, and I've had a couple people here in person. Everything else for the last couple of years has been Zoom. So this is fun for me to do a show like this.
But here we are, 2 triple vaccinated people in a studio together, and it's awesome. So yeah, this whole series of events, dealing with COVID and dealing with all of the different variants, and people taking care of themselves, and this has taught me a lot about patience and a lot about taking a moment. Yes, we still have to work, and yes, there are things going on in everybody's life that have to do with life and family, and making sure that you don't lose track of where you are. I've got a friend of mine who works in the law firm that I am associated with. She broke her ankle, and so she has never felt so isolated in all her life because it's COVID. Ankle's broken. She's in a hot boot, and it's like, oh my goodness! Now I know this is like, she's going to treasure every moment when she gets out of that hot boot, and off those crutches. So in a way, this is COVID. This is COVID talking, Omicron and Delta. When we're done with this, and we will be on the other side of this at some point in time, when we are done with this, we will be so grateful about the time that we have, that which is just pure time. And the time we give to each other, the time that we give to others, the time that we give to family. If you have been in a bubble with people who are also triple vaccinated, and grandkids and older people, you know how valuable that time has been. Now, for some, I don't know about your in-law outlaw situations. Maybe deaths and child. Everybody's different. Yeah, in-law outlaw thing. But if you've had those experiences, value those as well. Trust yourself. We all need to go through these phases and these different cycles to really appreciate what's on the other side. So hopefully everybody out there has been doing what they do, doing what they have to do, and doing it knowing that you're going to be on the other side of this soon.
And you're working again, you're auditioning again.
Yes.
Things are staying busy, sets are safe, as
Very much so. It's
tons of testing.
72 hours, get your PCR test, the same day. Then you come back, go to the set, go to the fitting, test right there at the fitting, test before you go to the fitting, test before you go to the set, your shoot day, your 72 hours, and then test it again on the set. So there's a lot of testing going on, and there's somebody running around. It's like COVID person that's
Put
there.
your mask on.
Put your mask
Put
on.
your shield
Would you
on.
please put the mask up over your nose, please? Thank you very much. And yeah,
I love that, the fact that they test for COVID through your nose and
Yes.
people are wearing their mask under
Under
their
the
nose. Like,
yeah,
I'm just saying,
yeah.
that's
I mean,
what they
it's
test.
so it's very interesting to get to a set. And like I said, we'll get past this. I mean, but still there are people who get past the somehow or another, outside the bubble. You get outside the bubble and things happen, and then you recover, and then you come back. It's not the end of the world, trust me.
I was somewhat of a germaphobe before COVID.
And?
So, well, I'm just thankful that other people wash their hands now.
There you go.
I'm just like so happy that other
like it.
people are now washing their hands. It like makes me feel a lot better in general.
I was I was shopping. I was at the store. I can't remember how this happened, but I was shopping. When I come out of a grocery store, I've got the little package of wipes in the passenger seat with a bunch of other stuff in the passenger seat, but we're not going to talk about that today. But usually I can't take passengers, but I have the thing, and you wash you wipe your hands because you've handled the shopping cart, and that's fine. But I remember I was working the voting polls, which was very interesting. Because you're meeting a bunch of people, but there's there's towels everywhere, the sanitizing wipes. Guy is in there, fill out his ballot, and we wipe the screen down, we wipe the pen down, and on the electronic ballots, and he goes, "I was doing this 10 years ago.
Right.
I was wiping my hands after I finished doing anything outside." And he says, "I'm so used to this." He says, "I'm glad everybody else is catching on." Because that was his life, right?
Exactly.
So yeah,
It's just nice to know that you washed your hands today, let alone.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very
So,
nice.
but it is true. It's little things that we were just really lazy about,
Mhm.
and we knew that washing hands killed germs, but we just got lazy about it, And so this is a good reminder that we need to be diligent in our hygiene, in our lives, so that we can continue to interact with other humans, because not interacting with other humans sucked.
Yeah, yes, it does. So we need to be mindful of that.
Yeah.
Truly. So what have you been working on?
Well, I've just been doing headshots. I've been doing
You had a session
program.
today?
I did. I had a session today. Very handsome man. This is a first. I have never done headshots of my podcast guest on the same day that we did the podcast. So that's really cool.
I feel very special. I feel extremely special, and it's nice to be, that guy.
Yeah. So we'll tell people, how did it go? I mean, you
Okay.
haven't seen him yet other than on the camera, but
I've seen him. There's so much confidence that is exuded by her that it's no fail. It's an all pass, and it's a go. So I mean, you do this and you get your headshot done, and it looks beautiful, and then next thing you know, your agents in love with you. In love.
Fall in love
They're
with you.
in love. Yes, that's what that is. So it's a little session, and they go, "What took you so long?" And I mean, that'll be the question of the month. Kim, what took you so long? I go, "I don't know. I was fine. I had to search for the perfect photographer," and that's what I'll tell them. The quest.
For the perfect photographer.
I was on the quest. And
it
will they
really
buy
is a
that?
thing,
Does
though.
that sound?
No,
Did I get
they're not going to
the
buy
audience
it.
didn't like it?
No,
The quest.
not.
I was on a quest for the perfect photographer.
But it is. It's. I mean, and we're friends, and it still took you a while to get in here. It's a tough thing. It. Nobody likes it because it's like, oh, you got to do this. You got to. And actors tend to not like to look at the camera. They like to be like,
Yeah, have the camera look at them.
have the camera look at you. I like that. I'm going to use that. The camera's supposed to look at me. I don't want to look at the camera.
I know.
But I make you look at the camera, and it's a different feeling. It's a whole different thing. But the same emotions, you still got to go there. You still got to get there, and you still got to act and have fun. But it was fun, right? I had fun.
Yeah, I had more fun than you. It's impossible. Yeah, I had more fun than she did. But yeah, we had a good time.
But I do, because of COVID, I did put this program together called the Headshot Strategist program.
Yeah.
And you were going to go through it, but you called me in the car. So we just talked. We didn't really go through the whole program.
That's
We
correct.
cheated it.
Yeah, we took a shortcut. Mhm.
But also you have had headshots once or twice in your life. So I felt
But let's
pretty
talk about
confident
the
about it.
strategist program.
Sure.
Let's talk about it. Tell the viewers. what
Well,
you
I
of
think
it.
what happens is actors come in and they say, I need good headshots. Well, that doesn't mean anything to me because I don't know you. I mean, I can give you
she
a pretty
knew
picture.
me.
I knew you, but
But
I
other
probably
ones.
don't know you.
Right.
I can give you a pretty picture.
She wants to know you. She does really wants to know you. All right, good. Okay, now we got that out of the way.
Now we got that out of the
Yeah.
way. So yeah, but this really, the Headshot Strategist program really makes you look at you and what you want. What's your just statement? Well, I just want this out of my career.
Right.
And how are we going to get there? And how are your headshots going to help you get there? And what characters are you? You know, a lot of times actors will say, I don't want to be typecast. And it's 2021. It's not really a thing anymore because there's social media. They're going to
Right.
see you in your other elements. But it's kind of silly to not just take what's easy.
Right.
Like,
Right.
you know, I look at you, you're the guy next door, you're the, you know, you could be a judge. There's just things that you easily walk right into.
Mhm.
Like, I'm sure that you have deep range and deep skill as an actor, but let's just walk in the door with who the casting's going to naturally see you as.
Right.
And then you can work on the other stuff once you get your name going and you got some credits. And so that's it. Kind of, you know, we talk about that, like, let's get some headshots that are going to get you auditions, that are going to get you work, that are, you know, going to get you, then you can worry about how deep of an actor you are and what a great range you have.
That's right. And then you can learn Shakespeare.
Then you can do all of those things.
That's right.
All those things. Who took a Shakespeare Zoom class during COVID?
See?
Anyone?
See?
What did you do during COVID that you would not have done if it weren't for COVID? Did you take like an online class or did you do something
You
like
know, I did
crazy?
something crazy. Yeah, I did some work with veterans.
Oh yeah.
And because I'm a veteran, non-combatant, but still, USC had a program that dealt with veterans, and they walked the group of veterans through Greek mythology.
Oh,
So,
fun.
it was so much fun because a lot of the Hecuba is the one that stands clear in my brain, and I think they're still working on a version of Hecuba to be filmed. But it was one of those things where the warriors, you know, when you talk about veterans of wars, they related so closely to what was going on at Troy. And so all of these characters were so developed by the people who created the Greek tragedies, and it was just wonderful to brew. So yes, I would not have. And there were a couple of Zoom outings that I probably would not have done. A friend of mine, Louis Parnell in San Francisco, got me aligned with a playwright in San Francisco, and we did a Zoom play online, which was very, very well done, and a couple of other items.
Theater got pretty creative during COVID.
Oh, yeah.
It's not the same as it's not the same. And there were some readings and plays that I went to that I was like, that was terrible. But there were others that I was just in awe of how creative they got with their little boxes.
Yes.
And it was really,
and the design that
and
took
how
place,
they like do the I can't even figure out when I'm there. I can't even figure out how to point, and they're handing stuff to each other.
And you hand me some things, and the banana appears in the other screen. Yeah, stuff like it gets very creative. And Tuesdays at 9, they had a group Zooms at Tuesdays at 9 o'clock, and that's 9 o'clock our coastline, but midnight for the New Yorkers. But yeah, that was fun. I got to work with some wonderful people at Tuesdays at 9. I really appreciate the fact that they had these programs and these readings of these 10 pages of plays, and then they had an entertainer come on in the middle of the segment, and they would be featured, and then back to another 10 pages of plays. How fun was that? I mean, for me, I got to meet a lot of people, and a lot of fun people, and we did the play. We did 10 pages and 10 pages and 10 pages, and it was pretty cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
So what are you looking forward to doing in the near future? You got anything that you can talk about? Any projects, anything? I know you're busy with the academy, but what else are you doing?
I would love to say whatever comes up, but there are a couple of things that uh that are on the horizon. I mean, I'm always looking for the opportunity to play with friends, especially, low budget pieces. I'm working with Marjorie DeHay right now, and we're doing a small low budget horror film. And it's like, she is the one director who loves to kill me. So she's killing
so you're gonna-
Estes.
So spoiler alert, you're gonna die in
Oh,
this.
jeepers. Yes, I will. But hey,
Spoiler alert.
it doesn't happen till like page 85 of 87. So no one's
So
gonna
you're
know.
there most of the time.
I'm there most of the
Oh,
time.
that's cool.
It's way
She
cool.
likes you.
Marjorie
She just
loves
wants to
me.
make sure she kills you at the end.
She loves
She's gonna
that.
dangle you along the whole
Love
thing.
killing Estes is like,
Right.
she's a hash mark, killing Estes.
Kill us.
Yes, yeah. So, there's a lot of fun little projects I love to participate, contribute, and push forward those little things where people have these ideas, and all of a sudden, here we are in this short with a group of young men that work at Netflix, and they're in the illegal group, but here they come with an idea for a beautiful piece. I think it's labeled Grandma's House, but here we are. We're shooting at a home, and I'm with Cynthia Orsini Dahl as my wife, who's going through not having the ability to remember a lot of things. So it's like, this.
That's tough.
I know, but how fun is that to be able to bring that to light?
Yeah.
And to be part of that. That, to me, that tickles me. It makes me warm inside to be able to do those things, as well as fun projects. I mean, the big projects, those happen, and then they make money, they keep the lights on, and that's fine. But the other stuff,
I think we
It's
were
really
talking
fun.
about that in the studio. It was
Yeah.
like those projects that like make you feel good. Like you're like, I believe in this. I want to tell
Yeah,
the story. And that's always fun to be a part of those.
it is. And at some point in time, like I've been told, I've had producers that I worked with that were AFI producers in class years ago, who will call me up and go, hey, listen, I didn't have money to pay you then. I got money to pay you now, if you'd like to come and spend a day or two with us on the set. And it's always nice. This business is full of great people, warm people, friendly
Never
people.
take a connection for granted,
That's right.
because you don't know.
You have no idea.
They may be here today, but they may be.
Next thing you know, they're head of the studio.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
And if they like you and you were nice to them, then
I know. There's
yeah.
no telling what'll happen. They'll find something for you. How
Never be a
nice.
jerk. Like that's like,
Yeah.
I feel like there's actors that think that they need to be a jerk. And it's like, that doesn't make any sense at all.
Oh, no.
It's like, just be kind, because you never know who you're talking to.
That's right.
Yeah, just be
That's right.
kind. Okay, one last tip.
One
Let's
last
close it
tip.
out with what you want our viewers to know. It could be anything.
Oh, geez. You know what I want your viewers to know? We just sort of glanced over that, or actually dug a little bit deep in that. This business is about relationships. I mean, we could say being in the right place at the right time, but it's nice if you're in the right place at the right time, somebody that you know is in that right place, and they want to bring you in at the right time, which is awesome. It's about relationships. It's about being that person who is nice to others and can play in the sandbox without throwing sand in the other person's face. It's like kids. You tell kids to do that, right? Be nice with the kids in the sandbox. But it's all about, I think, that. It's about understanding that. It's about being that, being the person who exudes that ability to play with others. Know your role, know your job, know your lines. But remember, life is not about being perfect. It's about showing up. So show up and be there, and be flexible, malleable. Just be there. And be there for others.
That's really good tip.
Thanks.
It's true. So what's your favorite social media?
My favorite social media would have to be, if I knew how to work Instagram better, it would probably be Instagram.
Because Instagram rocks.
Instagram rocks. So Instagram, but there's always Facebook. And that's the general
The
go-to, but Instagram is powerful.
Instagram's
Very
cool.
powerful.
So are you on TikTok or
I haven't been on
Clubhouse? Or?
Clubhouse. I'm on Clubhouse. I will dive into a conversation every once in a while and listen. I like to listen a lot because there's some very smart people.
Clubhouse is my jam.
Whoa, there's some very smart people out there that have a lot of great ideas and wonderful thoughts. And I do like to listen to some of them. So it's always nice to learn, very much so, no matter how old you get. And old as me,
Always
still
learn.
and
Never
then
too old to learn. I think that's when that's called dying, right? When you stop learning.
yeah, they put you in the box, and so then you're finished. But we got a long way to go before people put us in the box. But so continue, keep your eyes and ears open to learning. So places like especially Clubhouse, because you can learn a lot of stuff about Clubhouse.
And it's mind blowing how many people get up there and just give like of information, like stuff that you would pay thousands of dollars to go learn in class. Right. It's like I'm like taking notes. I'm like, wait a minute, grab a pen, like taking notes half the time.
There's a lot out there.
Yeah, it's really good stuff.
Which is really cool.
It's really good stuff. All right, so in the description below are links to his social media.
Yeah.
So that you can follow him, contact him, tell him how awesome he is. Put little notes on there.
Thank you.
Yay, Kim Estes Club, fan club. That's the word I was like, hashtag
fan club fan.
Yeah, club fan. It's because I was saying clubhouse and it's the same word.
Love her.
I don't do really good with words a lot of times.
Me either.
I think my listeners probably have realized that on their own without being told.
But I got all that telepathically. Yeah. I got it all.
See, that's what communication is. When people correct me, I'm like, but did you know what I was talking about? Yeah, I did, right? Yes. So I did communicate my points. So
telepathy.
Lay off.
Yes.
All right. Well, I appreciate you hanging out with me.
I appreciate you having me hanging out.
And we're gonna have to do this again in a few months.
I would say because my headshots will be so popular that you're
gonna be like
people are gonna use them all up and they want more. I think that's where it works out.
I don't think, well, sure. Like, I think financially, I should tell you that's how it works.
Okay.
For me, I think I should tell you that in 3 months they'll be used up and you'll need new ones.
Okay.
But
that's what I was thinking.
It's not quite.
No.
But you should see me at least every year.
Okay. I see.
Yeah.
I see.
But we should do this every few months.
We should. There's no doubt about this.
Absolutely.
We should do this if we can help anybody out there.
We'll next time we'll have Merritt get on here and we'll have all three of us.
Oh, yay.
That'd be fun. We'll do that.
Triad.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So I know that you love Kim, so leave tons of comments in this. Share this with everyone you know. And if you're listening to the podcast, make sure that you follow this because I'm a new podcaster and apparently subscribers are a big deal.
Huge.
Yeah. So you got to subscribe and help me out. Most importantly, have an amazing week. I'll see you next week.
All right. See you next week.
Are you going to be here next week?
No.
Dang it.
Okay. She's going to be here next week. I'll see y'all. Bye now.
Text or call today so that we can get you effective headshots that you can use as part of your marketing strategy. Headshots by Peggy. How can I help you?